tried to attack.
Oh, hold on. I think we got Dellski. You ever heard of Dellski before?
I don't. I've never met him.
So Dellski had a viral video for me hating on Mr. Luka Doncic. So
let's see what Dellski talking about, bro.
Nah, Quinn Cook, don't delete it, my boy. We saw it. We saw the tweet, Quinn Cook. You said Tatum is better than Luka. You said it. Stand on that shit, my boy. Want to know why you should stand on that shit? Because I fucking agree with you, man.
You know how brain dead you got to be to assume that Luka Doncic quit on his team against the Thunder?
I want to hear his thoughts. He's saying this trade is a win for the Mavericks. So we're about to get some positive, some toxic positivity for Mavs fans in here. Let's bring him up here. What it do, Dellski?
Dellski, the expert? All right.
The expert.
All right.
This is a long time in the making. What's up, fam?
Yo.
Appreciate you stopping by, brother. How you doing, man?
I hope y'all don't mind the Eagles stuff in the background, you know?
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We're already it couldn't get any worse, bro.
Y'all lose Luka and the Eagles at the Super Bowl. It's a bad feeling right now in Dallas, I guess. But
makes me want to throw up.
But listen, I think it's too much gloom and doom going on right now, man. It's too much going on. I think the Mavs won this. When we talk about the next 2 years, let's talk about the next 2 years.
Okay.
The sleeper part of this trade is Max Christie.
Yes.
I don't think people understand how good this kid is. They gave him a contract, even though his stats didn't look that well over the summer, because they know what type of potential he has and know what type of trade piece he was going to be. Then you have Kyrie Irving. He's going to be a full-time point guard for the first time since early Cleveland days. Spencer Dinwiddie. I know he's not that good of a player.
Hold on.
He's the reason why y'all lost today, to be honest.
Hold on. Spencer, if we want to keep it real, over the last several games, he's been shooting less and passing more.
It don't matter. He needs
it
to
don't,
be
but I hate when he goes. I hate when he goes 2 of 14. So I'm cool with 7 assists.
I'd rather him just be a scorer.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest. I don't think he's that good of a playmaker. I think he slows things down too much. I think he thinks he's better than he is, actually.
Yes. And when he does those ISO plays back to back, he thinks he's better than everybody on the floor.
Exactly. He thinks just because he was in Brooklyn winning 1v1s against D'Angelo Russell and whoever the fuck that he's a really good player. But listen, Anthony Davis is going to change life for you guys. You got Anthony Davis, who's going to play a natural 4 position now. Mm-hmm. Daniel Gafford, who's going to be the true big next to Anthony Davis. Extreme rim protection, extreme athleticism, extreme lob threats at all times with David Lively coming off the bench. Dwight Powell. Is he still on the team?
Hell yeah, he is.
All the athleticism and defense is gonna listen. I think the Mavs, outside of OKC, the Mavs are the second team. And I really think a lot of people sleep on when it comes to playoff time. We see these great records in the regular season, right? But once playoff time comes, teams with the most experience always wins.
Yep.
That's what happened to OKC against Dallas last year. That's what happened to Minnesota with Dallas last year. That's what happened to the Atlanta Hawks when they was riding high, number 1 seed, and the Cleveland Cavaliers came in there and blow their doors off when they was this best team in the East. Experience always wins in the playoffs unless you have somebody who's transcendent, like a Jokic.
Yeah.
I don't see all the. I understand you guys. I think most fans in the league care more about having a superstar than actually having a chance to win championship.
I would say I would agree halfway with that because of
every fan just wants a guy to root for. I don't think it's
yeah, of course, but I think when it comes to Luka, I would argue that the fans are more emotionally invested with Luka because if you switch Luka with I don't know, do we consider Trae Young a superstar? Like who else is a superstar?
He's a star, not a
who else would you consider a superstar?
Oh, a superstar. I guess you have to. He's an MVP candidate, bro. He's up there.
Shai, right?
But I don't know if he's like, oh, I gotta watch Shai. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's box office like that.
Thunder fans love him. That's all I know.
Are you talking about superstar in terms of box office?
Yeah, box office.
What I'm saying
there's only a few.
There are stars or superstars that the fans love them because of what they do on a nightly basis on the court. Then you got and maybe I'm just being super biased, but it's like Luka, he was giving you this crazy production on the floor. You're seeing stuff you've never seen, but also like fans fell in love with the kid. And I think and I agree with a lot of your points, Dellski. I do think that in a way we are a lot better. And if more trades do come, we are really going to be a threat. I think Anthony Davis opens up a lot, not just for what he can do independently as a player, but what that means for everyone else on the floor. I think we benefit a lot from this trade. I just think a lot of fans are just emotionally distraught and they don't want to they don't want to admit that this is good. They feel like if they are okay with this, then they're okay with losing Luka, which is like a weird way to think about it, but it's just emotion, right? Like,
Are both of y'all Mavs fans? Let me
Yeah.
ask the question. Both of y'all Mavs fans, right?
I don't know if I am anymore.
I am, yeah.
I don't know if I am anymore.
Listen, let me ask you a question. If the Mavs win a championship this year,
Mhm.
and then AD stays, Kyrie stays for the next 6 years, and they make deep runs, but they win a championship this year, does that matter more than having Luka for 10, 12 years, and he probably wins one like that, like Dirk does? Which one is more valuable to you?
So let me tell you. The one that Dirk has,
That
it
was
was
late.
it was out of this world, bro. It
That
was
was
out
late.
of this world. The city was on fire for it. Like, because you got to see the ups, the downs, you got to see him grow up. He came from Germany. Dude was, scrawny, scared, and shy, insecure. And then he became this dog. And then he had his downs, lost in 06, all that shit, right? Ups and downs, bro. And you're living through it. And then you get to 2011 and you got to the pinnacle and you got to enjoy everything. Like, it meant so much. That was the thing with Luka. We were there. We were going through the ups, the downs. We're on the journey. We're literally on the cusp. We were on the cusp of it. And then they fucking trade him. And it's just like, now if you win, it's going to be empty. Like, I'm one of those fans where it'll be empty. Like, it don't...
It'd be
one,
bittersweet.
I don't think we're winning at all. I don't think we're making a deep run
So
like
if y'all
that.
win the championship this year, the trade will still, you still don't like the trade.
I can't agree with that. If we win the championship this year, in the most angry way possible, I would have to give Nico his props because he delivered on what he said he wanted, right? We wanted a
Right.
championship. Hold on. We wanted a championship. We made it to the finals last year. We won a championship. If he can deliver that, but going a route that the fans don't like, the ends justify the means. You can be angry, you can still be upset, but you got a championship. It'll be bittersweet. You got a championship.
If you don't, and then Luka wins 2, 3 down the line over the next 6 years.
Oh,
then
we burned the American Airlines Center. If Luka wins multiple chips, if Luka finally gets an MVP, and we sit here with like 12, 30-year-olds like getting bounced out in the first round, getting bounced out in the play-in, yeah, we burned down that arena.
Yeah.
But we can't think of the
Dellski, you
extremes
from
like
Philly,
that, though,
right?
but we can't think about the extremes, right? Because in reality, we are still a good team.
Dellski, you from
Maverick-
Philly?
Yeah.
I'm not from Philly. I'm from Florida originally.
Okay, but you a Philly fan then? But you
Yes,
like
yes. I'm an
you-
Eagles
you-
fan, like through and through. Yes.
so you have their mentality and their anger and all that, like the ups and downs,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so imagine you had a top 3 player on your team at 25 years old, and he's a dog, an alpha, and you ship him out knowing that you don't have a dog anymore. Like the Mavericks don't have a 1. They have they have 2 2s and a bunch of role players. They don't have that 1 anymore. Y'all don't think Philly would have been rioting and burning the what y'all got the West Fargo arena? Like, y'all wouldn't be burning that down?
Listen, to me, I think football is way different than basketball. If we're being honest, it's totally different. I think because
Yeah, football's different for sure.
because with football, it's like I don't care who's on the team, as long as the team winning.
Yeah.
I really don't care at all, bro. Like when Nick Foles won the championship, get Carson Wentz out of here. Like even though he was this superior talent to Nick Foles and he was this all-pro MVP leader, I didn't care that they let him go.
Yeah.
I didn't at all. Same thing with Jalen Hurts. People like to say Jalen Hurts is a running back. I don't care. I like to tell people we have the best 2 running backs in the league then. And then when it comes to basketball, this is my thing with basketball. I've never been like a fan of a specific team when it comes to basketball because I think the turnover is too much. I see how they could do it in the 90s because, players stick with their teams and maybe on the back end at 36 they'll leave.
Mhm.
But now I've never been a fan of just a singular team. I like the Brooklyn Nets just because of their colors, black and white. It's simple. But for me, I always been a KD fan, an Anthony Davis fan, a Ray Allen fan, those type of guys, Kawhi Leonard fan. I'm just a fan of the players. And this is why on my channel, I never side with ownership in front office because they get to do this and nothing happens to them. People don't know the names of them. They don't know their faces, but the players are held to that standard of loyalty because we see them and you can interact them and you maybe can touch them in a DM. That's why I'm right
it's
there
bad. With you. I'm right
it's
there
bad,
with
bro.
you.
And
when Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, I was like, cool, he wants a championship. Do what's best for your career. Everybody's saying he's soft. Oh, he got no loyalty. What you mean? He want a chip? Go get one.
Yeah,
Or the Thunder going to bring you one? Or when LeBron went to Miami, I'm like, go get your chip.
Yeah, that loyalty shit don't mean no more. But you had a great point, Dellski, about the turnover. And that's the thing. Like, we were in a unique situation in Dallas. Here's the thing about Dallas, bro. we have not won shit outside of the Mavericks and the Rangers here recently over the last, I don't know, 30 some plus years, right? And we're a massive Cowboys town. Like if you come down here, you wouldn't think there's no other pro sports team other than the Cowboys. It's that ridiculous. And so for us Mavericks fans, which we're a niche down here, like there's a different level of pride rooting for the Mavericks and that being your favorite team. And we were in a unique situation where you had an alpha, a generational talent at 25 years old, and playing for your team, which your team was based on this whole loyalty thing. You know, Dirk talking about loyalty never fades away. Like that's what we were sold for the last 25, 26 years, bro. And the Mavericks have been the most successful team in this city for the last since 2003, 2002. They've been the most successful city since then. And for this to happen now, it is a complete 180 from whatever they have been doing. Like the Mavericks that we know now are not the Mavericks that we grew up with. That Mavericks version is dead. I don't know what this team is, but we have the unique situation where you had that one guy that people could follow for the rest of their career, and he was on your favorite team, where they kept the other star for 21 years with Dirk. And we just threw that all away. And so with the whole turnover thing, I think it's a bad look for the NBA, one, but also for us Mavericks fans. And I don't think you could fix that. That's a black cloud on the organization, bro.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Since you say how long you been a Dallas Cowboys fan?
You asking me?
Yeah,
I'm not a Cowboys fan.
No. How long you been a Dallas Cowboys fan, TGK?
Since 98 when 97 when I developed consciousness. I was like, oh, that's cool. They got a star in their helmet, and I became a fan.
Okay.
That's sad. The moment you develop consciousness, you choose to be a Cowboys fan.
And a Mavs fan and a Rangers. I'm a Dallas fan.
That was literally the year that y'all stopped winning. But
literally, I missed all the Super Bowls, bro. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what those are.
But speaking of Super Bowls, are you familiar with the Herschel Walker trade?
Yes. And if you're going to make that comparison, this was not a Herschel Walker trade.
How do you know that, though?
Because we didn't get a haul. We didn't get the haul that you think it is.
You got a superstar.
Who?
Anthony Davis is a superstar.
Bro, no, bro.
How many guys that Anthony...
He's a star. Not a superstar, though.
He's a champion.
He's a champion, but not a superstar, though.
Did he win it? Hold on. Has he won Defensive Player of the Year yet?
Is he going to sell out the Mavericks arena? No.
Oh,
no one can because everyone's still emotionally invested in Luka.
Based on sales. So you're saying just based on sales. So is LaMelo Ball a superstar?
Yeah, he is.
I might swear, but
whoa.
So you just basically off of pure popularity and pure.
Yeah. So there's a difference. On the court, AD is a superstar. You go hoop with him, he gonna kick your ass 10 times out of 10 times. But as far as like when it comes to like a moment in the playoffs, who are you gonna? If I were to give you an option, hey, it's down to the last shot. You want you want Luka or AD? Come on, like that's the difference right there.
But you have
that's
Kyrie.
Not the point though.
What's the point then?
You have Kyrie.
Why so? Tell me what Kyrie did today. Tell me what Kyrie did today.
A two-man game, he had 35 points. Listen,
but what did he do when it was time to go win?
With Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving at the end of games, you're telling me this is not?
It's gonna be nice.
Do you rather? What do you think would be more effective? A two-man game with Luka and Kyrie at the end of a game, or a two-man game with Kyrie and Anthony Davis at the end of it?
I have to see.
What are you more confident in the play wise? AD and Kyrie going into a two-man game at the end of a close game, or Luka and Kyrie?
And TGK, you're playing against a team that has a Joel Embiid or a Jokic or a Sabonis, an actual big man. You want Gafford down low? You want Lavi down low closing out games? Or you got Anthony Davis out there?
It's like telling me, oh, do you want Michael Jordan and this person or Pippen and Rodman? Like, nah, give me Luka. But here's the thing. No, I recognize that the Mavericks roster is good. I'm not saying that
it's a very good roster.
It's a very good roster. Yes, it is. On paper, 6 years ago, it's amazing. But I'm not gonna be like, I'm not hating on them. I'm not hating on the players. There's no hate to the players, to be honest with you. All my hate is on the organization. The players are gonna be nice. I just think you need a bona fide superstar to get you over that hump. And when you got guys that have been number 2s to stars, I don't know if they're ready to be a number 1 to get you all the way to the finals and win.
You know what I think?
Go ahead.
I don't think Mavericks fans have watched enough Anthony Davis.
I don't either. This sort of reminds me of all the fans like who says KD wasn't anything before he went to Golden State. It just reminds me of that. It's like, did y'all not watch Anthony Davis in New Orleans? Have you ever seen this guy like by himself as the guy? Like
time is gonna tell. Time is gonna tell.
Like this is like kind of insane to me. Like even this season, like in the beginning of the season when JJ said we're gonna run everything through Anthony Davis. He's gonna be the hub. He was averaging like 32 and 13.
Yeah, he had a 40 and 20 game. He's
Like,
amazing,
his
bro.
last game with the Lakers was 40 and 20.
40 and 20.
Like, like what are we talking about, right? We acting like that's why Anthony Davis, like that thing I seen on Twitter where it's like F grade for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
That would be my fucking screensaver. If I
How
was
about
Anthony Davis.
60, 21, and 10, bro? Like there's a difference to this shit. There's a big ass difference to it.
my goodness. There's two
Marcel,
sides to the court.
I'm so disappointed, Marcel.
There's
that
two
you are
sides to the court.
turning your back on Luka, Marcel.
I'm not.
It's
I'm
not-
not.
No, you pushing this Anthony Davis thing. I'm so disappointed.
He's on the team. What do you want me to say? He's trash. He needs to go.
No, I'm
Luka
not
is
saying.
not coming back. We cannot
A-
be. Come
I
on.
get you. AD ain't Luka though, and that's
And
what
Luka's
y'all are
not
trying
here.
to tell me.
And Luka's not here.
I know.
So let's
But you're-
focus on what we have.
I'm answering the question. He said, "You want AD or Luka?" I'm telling you, Luka. And I recognize AD is good. He's great, bro. I think if you would have paired AD and Luka, that's overkill for the league for sure. But we don't have that, and it is a damn good, consolation prize, I guess.
I'm telling you
We're-
right now, the Mavs are going to be a top 3 defense from the day that Anthony Davis step on the court and Max Christie step on the court and Daniel Gafford step on the court all together. They're going to be a top 3 defense easily.
Hey,
And then you have Jason Kidd's coaching a guy who he already won a championship with. Then you have 3 guys with extreme motivation. You have Klay Thompson. They got rid of me. I was just second fiddle. You got Kyrie Irving. They say I can't win without LeBron James. I can't win anywhere I go. Anthony Davis, I'm the second option. All these guys have extreme motivation. They have a great coach with a high basketball IQ. They're going to be a top 5 defense at worst. Like Anthony Davis is going to be playing against 4s. The league has no 4s. We have 6'8" guys who's a 6'8", 210 guys playing the 4 today. Now imagine putting a lineup out there of Gafford and Anthony Davis.
So do you think
You're
this
rebounding
team,
everything.
So you don't think this team needs a true point guard?
I don't.
We got one.
I don't.
I don't know. We'll
Especially if
see,
you
man.
run any type of motion offense as Anthony Davis in the hub, like as that mid post, high post player, if you run everything off of him.
Yeah, no, like look, I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I identify all of that. I just don't think it's enough to win a championship though. I don't think you're gonna get there. I don't
What
see
we
it.
had last year was enough to win a championship. What's your point?
You think you all right?
You just told me it would be a
let's
bad
make a
trade.
bet. Let's make a bet. We can make a bet. We
What's
put
the bet?
we put a little wager on it or something. Yeah, I take the field. Y'all take the Mavericks.
Stop. That's not a good bet.
Okay.
I'm gonna need 20-1 against that. Like what? You get the field?
If we had made this trade over the summer, I'd probably have more faith. But we did this shit in the middle of the season. It's gonna be
All right, we'll revisit
You
it
gotta
after
keep on-
AD plays 5 games. How about that?
look.
You
I got a
fall in love with
question.
Anthony Davis. I'm telling you.
No,
I
no,
already
I'm
know
not.
what we're getting. I already know what we're getting. But Dellski, I got a question for you, man. Now that we have Anthony Davis, we know what the lineup potentially is going to look like when everyone's healthy. Do you think that's enough to combat a team like the Celtics who play 5 out?
Is it enough? I think who's gonna play the 3 for y'all? Who's playing the 3?
Shit, I think PJ slides to the 3 if he's starting.
I think it's a bad mistake you put PJ at 3.
A lot of people are saying you should not put PJ at the 3.
No.
So would you put Najee to start and have PJ back up AD?
Dellski, they're about to trade PJ, Clay, and Gafford for KD.
PJ, Clay, and Gafford. PJ, Clay, and Gafford. If it was PJ Lively, I wouldn't. To me, I wouldn't touch the team. As good as KD is, I wouldn't touch the team.
That's
I
what I
think
said.
they have enough
That's what I
right
said
now.
4 days ago.
No. I think they have enough right now to win a championship this year. I do. I know it sounds crazy right now because everybody looking at Luka as this like ultimate. You already know how I feel about Luka. You
I
did
know,
the
I
reaction.
know.
I know. Did the reaction.
Yeah.
Luka is good for what he does. I
Right.
would say that. Like he's good for what he does. But at the same time, I can see why new ownership will go in there, see how the team is handling things and how everything is like working around Luka and be like, I don't know if I want this guy to be my culture setter. If he's my best player and he shows little to no effort on defense, he's always out of shape coming into camp. Do I want this guy to be my culture setter? It's a difference with Dirk. Dirk always felt like a player that works super hard, under talented, but works super hard. Like, I'm gonna do this one shot and I'm gonna keep repping this one shot, and you cannot stop this shot. You know I'm gonna do it. It's like almost like Kareem Skyhook. Like, I'm gonna work at this shot so much, you're not gonna stop it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a difference. It's a difference, I think. Like, I can build a culture off of Dirk, but Luka is like, I don't know, man. Like, even the beer video that's circulating on Twitter, it's like, that's gonna be my guy.
Nah,
Yeah, man,
that's
recovery beer, bro.
And we're not taking into account the injuries, the calf injuries, the fact that he's been
four times in the last 3 years, the same calf.
The same.
So what about AD? So AD don't got injuries.
The fact that he's been a professional since 13, his body is probably not the same 25-year-old body as another guy, if we're being honest.
True.
Also, Anthony Davis has played 91% of his games over this season and last season, including the playoffs. I understand he missed time because of injuries. As of late, in recent times, he's been more available.
Marcel, you act like we have had a great injury-free season this year. Let's not.
And don't think for 1 second I'm saying that Anthony Davis is better than Luka Doncic.
No.
I think what Luka,
that's what I felt
brings
like.
as an offensive hub is it counteracts some of the defensive woes. But I like in playoffs in the NBA, like, you need a guy who can create their own offense and create for others in the playoffs, because the games get drawn down. That's why I never compare. Like, I'll never take the regular season that seriously. So even though the Thunder are doing what they're doing, or the Cavs are doing what they're doing, it's like, well, who's your creators? Who's the guys that's going to do what they need to do in the biggest moments in games? That's how I look at basketball. I never look at basketball from a purely analytical standpoint. I look at it more from an eye test type of thing. That's the thing with Anthony Davis. I know how much he can affect the game on both sides and how much he can make up for guys on both sides of the basketball, like tip-ins and hustling and rebounding, like all of that stuff. Even getting guys into foul trouble, all that stuff, little things that don't really show up in the stat sheets, but shows up when it comes to winning time. And people with LeBron James always look diminished from their actual selves. So we can't really take into account what AD looked like in LA. He was just trying to fit in with LeBron James.
A perfect example is when Kevin Love went to Cleveland. He did not look like the Timberwolves Kevin Love.
He wasn't the 25 and 14 that he was.
No.
I can see why you guys would be mad though. Luka is Luka. 5 straight first team all NBA is like, okay.
Nah, it's just like I get that. I've been saying the Mavericks are good on paper for sure. If they can put it together, they can make a run. I just don't think they have the superstar to put you over. Like, I don't.
You think where do you rank Luka players in the league?
Top 3.
Top 3?
Yeah.
So he's 3.
Either 1 or 3.
I'm asking you.
I say this season he's not top 10.
Not this season.
Now.
I'm not saying this season. I'm saying,
but overall,
like, if he was fully healthy right now.
Top 2.
Shit, when was the last time we saw a fully healthy Luka?
He's top 2. So how good do you think the Lakers are going to be?
That's if he's healthy. But this current Lakers, I mean, I don't know. I gotta study the team. I haven't been watching no Lakers, so I need a little bit of time to study them and see what the hell they have and what they're gonna do by the trade deadline. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you got LeBron and Luka together, so I don't know what that's.
What I'm saying. Like, usually if a player is a top 3 player, the floor is at least second round.
Yeah,
you're gonna at least get to the second round. You think the Lakers are gonna win a series this year if Luka and LeBron are fully healthy?
Oh, how could you bet against them? Let me see who's on the 4 spot.
They're gonna be a bottom 4 seed, so they're gonna.
They would play the Nuggets. Oh man,
they're gonna be 6 through 8. No,
They're
5
5 right
through-
now.
They're gonna be 5 through 8. They're gonna be 5 through 8.
Yeah, they're
They're
5 right
doomed
now.
to be 5 through 8. So that means they're gonna
Denver's
have to
4.
play
Denver's 4 right now.
on the road.
Here's what I'll say, bro. Playoff Luka is a whole different animal, bro. He's a whole different animal.
I don't think anyone's arguing how good of a player Luka is. It's the small things that hold him back from being able to be that great player at all times. And one thing that Dellski said earlier that I want to touch on was a culture setter. And when they alluded to that about Luka, it definitely kind of hit different, but the way Dellski explained it, it makes sense. If you remember, TGK, when Dirk lost in 06, what did he do? He stopped going out, stopped drinking. He took his conditioning and his practices way more serious, doing like 2 a days. He was only eating the meals his wife made for him. He literally set the tone for everyone to follow. And I'm trying my best not to bash Luka. I'm trying my best not to sound
No,
like
you sound like Nico right now. You sound like
Kinda
a
sound like
secret
a
agent
hater,
over here.
But how would you feel if everyone on this team? How would you feel if everyone on this team did exactly what Luka did? And I'm not saying that he did the most horrible things in the world. But what if everybody argued with the refs and got texts? What if everybody walked back on defense and took days off on defense? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if you are, like you said, a number one, the guy, you have to, you are held to a higher standard. You have to
Right.
set the tone, and that is culture setting. Dirk made all the changes that he knew what he had to do, and the people around him had to mimic that. These players that we have around Luka are forced to do everything else that Luka doesn't do instead of doing what Luka does.
Have you guys
Right.
ever seen Luka scream at his teammates?
I saw him yell at
Yeah.
Jason Kidd to review a play during the finals. But
Marcel, to your Dirk point, you know how old Dirk was in 06 and going into 07?
he was up there.
28 going to 29. That's when he locked in. Like we're asking the 25-year-old to be the 29-year-old Dirk. Like, yeah, we gotta understand that the dude is.
So it's too much to ask Luka.
No, it's not. Like he should have been better. We've been complaining about these things though.
Hold on, it's too much to ask Luka to be just 2 or 3 years more mature than himself when he has full access to Dirk at all times as a mentor, as a confidant, as a friend. And he already knows, if he knows, the history of what Dirk did. So instead of waiting till he's 29 to make these changes, wouldn't you think the smarter thing to do is to make the changes now?
No, I agree. You think I'm gonna disagree with you? We've been calling for it. Well, none of us liked all the complaining and the not getting back on defense. We have called that out. But even then, I'm still gonna want to rock with Luka the rest of the way. Like, I would think he's eventually gonna figure it out, bro. Like,
Of course,
a
but
talent like that is not gonna figure it out.
I would also argue that, and I'll admit that I was probably at fault of this too. I think a lot of Mavericks fans make excuses for Luka. I don't think Mavericks fans hold him to a high enough standard because of what he does on the court and the numbers and the accolades. You think that's okay? You think, oh yeah, he can do whatever he wants because he's doing this.
I felt this year we were starting to. I think more of the fan base was starting to criticize him a lot more harshly.
Yes, this year I definitely saw more of it because he missed the most time he's ever missed.
Bro, I had a whole inefficient Luka video on him. Like, you think I enjoy doing that shit? No, but I had to do it because I had my integrity. Unlike the Mavericks, they don't have that.
And the point I was trying to make when I was like, have you ever seen Luka yell at his teammates? Because I haven't seen him yell at teammates that often.
No, he has, bro. He has. He's yelled at the coach.
You've seen him bark at him.
The coach is different. I'm talking about teammates.
He's yelled at Maxey.
I've seen him yell at Gafford. I've seen him yell at
Maxey, Gafford, Lively. Yeah, he's yelled at teammates. He's the dog on the court, bro.
But it's a different kind of yell. I don't think it's more of like a, hey, bro, like I need you to be here on the low block. So when I see you, you're already there. Boom, boom. Like I don't think it's that. It's more of just like you just getting on me.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is, what type of weight does that hold to his teammates? Like, how much weight would you put in to a boss if he's telling you to do something but he doesn't do it? Or your parents if they doing something but telling you to do something but they don't do it? They're not practicing what they preach.
Lead by example.
I don't know, man.
I'm not saying Luka's a bad player. Luka's a top 5 player in my book. I don't put him as high as you guys put him, but I think Luka is a top 5 guy. My whole point with Luka is he's so good offensively, like in the half court. Like he's so good offensively in the half court, which is the most important part of basketball, period. I think. I don't think
Agreed.
defense is the most important part. I don't think transition is the most important part. I think half court basketball, when it comes to playoffs, when things get drawn down, where you only studying one team for 4 straight games and they know all of your tendencies, they know what you like to do here, what side of the court you like to do. If you can still get to what you want to get to in the half court, in the playoffs, as a player, you're elite. That's to me, that's how I look at basketball. He's so good at that when you just look at the box score, you can't, it's like nothing you can like question him on. It's like, bro, he had 36, 13, and 12. What else do you want him to do?
Right.
Like, what else do you want him to do? And I'm not comparing him to Russell Westbrook. He's not. But it's almost like Russell Westbrook fans. It's like he had 30, 13, and 14. What else do you want him to do? But when you actually look at the games, what Westbrook does on the offensive end, when you see careless turnovers and stuff like that, Luka does on the defensive end. Just brain lapses and not being in the right position and being lazy, and it's just like that type of stuff just kills you. It kills you. And then as a leader, as the best player, no one you can't hold anybody accountable to anything because they see what you're doing. It's like, bro, like what? It's like when LeBron gives up a 3-point shot in the corner, he's like, it's like, bro, that was your man. Like, why are you yelling at us? I can't guard everybody, bro. It's like, just be where you're supposed to be. That's the type of stuff that I can see an owner, especially a new owner. Mark Cuban would never done this. Never.
No,
But
absolutely not.
But I can see a new owner coming in, just like a new coach in football. I want my quarterback. I want my defensive coordinator. I want my coach. I want my GM. I need everybody out. Everything's going to be in my reflection. You know what my reflection is going to be? Nico Harrison. It's going to be defense. It's going to be defense. And it's a lot of things that the one thing that I keep getting stuck up on is like, what did they see to pull off something like this? A 25-year-old
collusion,
5 years in a row, first team All NBA. It's like, what did you see? What did the medical look like? What did you see every day from him? What do you see every day from him where you like, I just need to get off of this. I'm not giving him $70 million a year. I can't.
So from what I've seen, he had his own personal dietitian, trainer, and like dietitian, trainer, and just like training staff, right? Like he paid out of pocket for his own people, didn't use the team's people. And they're like, okay, that's fine, but you still need to reach, these standards of weight and like where you're at, conditioning. And when he wasn't doing it, they were upset by that. They also mentioned as something that everyone says, he comes into the season out of shape and has to play himself into shape, right? They feel like they had to jump through too many hoops for Luka. One thing I think that was a big exaggeration until we get like medical like diagnoses about this. One big exaggeration I saw is that apparently they thought that Luka was going to go down the same path as Joel Embiid as far as health and availability. I think that's an exaggeration, but that's apparently where their mind was at. They thought that Luka would just run himself into the ground. And I'm not saying I believe it. I'm not saying that I agree with it. That's their thought process. They saw somebody so talented, but couldn't do the small things like keep himself healthy, knowing that you've had 4 calf strain injuries in 3 years, the same calf strain. You come into, the season injured. He started the season injured. You're at a certain weight that they don't like. You're not using the organization's trainers and dietitians and medical staff. You got your own people, but your own people not getting you to where we want you to be. So I understand the frustration that an organization would have if I'm paying you millions of dollars and you can't do these simple things. However, I'd argue that why is Zion still in the Pelicans? Why is Joel Embiid still a 76er? There are other players that have horrible conditioning that do not take care of their bodies.
And never got as far as Luka.
I don't know, at least and this is why I don't speak on Luka's like health and body on my own channel, because I don't body shame or body watch like that. But if you look at Jokic, what shape is Jokic supposed to be? what body shape? Like, how is Jokic supposed to look? Because you can make an argument that Luka looks like he's more in shape than Jokic, but I don't know.
Oh,
My,
we'll see, man.
my thing with this trade is the last thing I'm gonna say. This is the conundrum with the trade. What they've done to Luka mentally, like with the wake up call, he's gonna be better now going forward than he would have ever been if he would have just stayed with the Mavs and none of this happened. Because he would have still been doing the same old. But now that you called him out and you trade him without him, with no warning or anything, it's like now he has a different mentality now. So the player that he's about to be is the player that he would have never been with you guys. And that's the problem.
That is the problem. And
that is the problem.
They woke up a sleeping giant that was a giant, and they done. Yeah, he's gonna turn up, bro. He's gonna turn up, and I agree with you. We're probably gonna see a whole different Luka that we probably wouldn't have seen, and it's gonna suck for Mavs fans for sure. And then now he's with LeBron. Now he's with the engine of the Lakers. LeBron finna get this man in shape. Like, it's about to be crazy, bro.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be real different. But listen, next 2 years, y'all gonna have a better chance than the Lakers, for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Hey, imagine a Lakers and Mavericks playoff series.
I'm rooting for Luka.
Right off the top, you root for Luka. Okay.
I already know he gonna treat it like how, like in the Last Dance documentary, Michael Jordan's like, I took that personal.
Oh, bro,
we're gonna see Luka be a bad motherfucker.
And you know LeBron's gonna tell him score every point.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna keep passing to him every time.
Dellski, the Mavericks are not gonna beat Luka ever again.
Nope,
they're not. And I don't care. You can have a super team. They're not gonna beat Luka
unless
like
Luka wouldn't say
that. All right, so I think they play February 25th.
Yep,
they play February 25th in LA. We'll see how they look then. I don't know how he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna be fine from his injury, but then April 9th, that was the one in Dallas. It's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
But my thing is, who on the Mavs are gonna guard Luka? Like, these guys have all played, with him and against him in open scrimmages. But like,
I would think PJ.
But he's gonna get cooked though. There's a whole highlight of Luka cooking PJ, bro. This is just nonstop.
Do you think? I don't know, man. PJ would have to play like Lou Dort. That's what he'd have to do.
Yeah. And Lou Dort doesn't play basketball. What do he play? He play rugby.
He just hits you. He runs over you. He kicks you.
Yeah.
He hits you in your family jewels.
Yeah.
He centers in the balls, bro. Like, what?
Yeah. What they call him? Lou Diddy? They call him Lou Diddy? Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you though, don't sleep on AD, man, and don't forget about the Herschel Walker trade. Okay, this could be the modern day Herschel Walker NBA trade. I'm telling you, everybody thought the same thing. We have this great running back. The league was built on running backs.
Bro, you're doing a good job, bro. I don't like this. I don't like that Dellski's doing a good job with this shit. I don't like it. I'm about to end this shit.
We cannot get off of our.
I want to stay mad, bro. Don't try to rule me back in as a Mavericks fan. I want to stay mad. I want to hate the Mavericks. Like, don't rule me back in, bro.
There will come a day when you're over it, or it hurts less.
I'm pretty sure
you're gonna get over it, but there'll be a day where it hurts less.
The blue light ain't coming back for foreseeable future. It's a dark day in here.
They're gonna listen, man. We'll see. We'll see. Only time gonna tell.
We'll see.
Only time's gonna tell, man.
Right now, I'm a fair weather fan for sure. That's what I am right now. And I don't
know. Fan, bro. I'm here for Kyrie.
I'm a fair weather fan right now because my team showed me no loyalty to my guy. That's crazy, man.
That was
Nico
really
he didn't give a fuck.
Trade and they
loyalty don't exist, bro. Loyalty
I know, bro.
In basketball. You saw what they did to Isaiah Thomas, bro. It's like we only hold the players to that. And
Dellski, but we thought Dallas was different because they proved it with Dirk, and then what the fuck is this?
But then Nico walked in the door.
Yeah, and said nah.
And I was talking to my roommate how when Nico first came, we were happy with him because he was making trades because we thought it was all for Luka, right? We thought it was for Luka, but he kept doing trades, kept kept spinning players in and out, in and out. And at one point, I was like, do we have a turnover issue? Like, are we just having like a whole carousel of players in and out, in and out? Like, I get you're trying to like get better talent, but like, what are you actually doing?
We're like
And
a
then it was
plasma
like,
center.
we thought he was building around Luka. Nah, he was building a team to play without Luka.
Yep.
Because that's where we're at now.
Yep.
Bamboozled.
The turnover is crazy in Dallas. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Dellski, we gotta figure something else out, bro. We gotta figure something else out, man. Maybe you could convince me to be on the Mavericks bandwagon again, because you did a pretty good job today. But we'll see, man.
Listen, man, I convince anybody of anything. I'll make you an Eagles fan. Give me 2 hours.
Oh,
Hell nah.
Ain't no way you can do that.
Nah.
That's not gonna happen.
Look,
Hey,
I'm a Saints fan. I have nothing to be happy about, but I got one Super Bowl in the last like 15 years, and I'll take it.
You a what
I
fan?
am-
Saints fan.
Jesus Christ. You
I know.
I am unfortunately a Cowboys fan, and I don't allow myself to root for anybody else. But we're garbage. We're trash. We're a poverty franchise, and we're not America's team anymore. So it is what it is.
I mean, y'all got a GM with CTE, so it's like
Geriatric
CTE, dementia, all that, man. Like it's bad, bro.
Jones, bro.
It's
Man
bad,
wandered
bro.
out of a retirement home and started mismanaging a football team. Who the hell let him out the house?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yo,
Crazy.
it's weird. He has a whole hologram at the Cowboy Stadium about him.
Yeah,
himself.
That ain't weird to y'all? Like,
they're gonna allow his AI make decisions for the team moving forward, even after death.
bro, it would be cool if he did that to highlight, like, when we were winning, Super Bowls and the, legendary Cowboys of the past. You can learn about the team's history. No, learn about how I fucked this organization. What? That's weird, bro. That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm about to pull up the Mavericks versus 76ers highlights in case y'all want to stick around. If not,
I
we have to
got
bow
like
out.
3 videos I got to record before I
Oh,
can go to bed.
go ahead, busy man.
I still got to shave, bro. I'm bald, but you can't really tell, man. My hairline coming in. Yeah.
A little
I
something,
got
little
the Carl
something.
Winslow fade. You feel me?
Yeah, I got my little
I
curly.
thought you had Bonnie Jones on here when I got on, man.
Somebody said, like, hey, is that Anthony Edwards that just pulled up?
That's what they say in every one of my videos.
Yeah.
Is that Anthony Edwards? No, man.
I appreciate it, Marcel.
All right, y'all
Appreciate
take
you,
care,
bro.
man.
All right.
Y'all have a good one, man.